What's going on guys? Sam Addo here, SCA Fitness TV. I'm super excited to finally be bringing to you this TV YouTube vlog on my transformation, my journey from this to hopefully some lean mean fine machine. It's going to come to you raw and uncut footage from the gym. My boy Dylan behind the camera going to take you on this journey. Let's go. I'm not going to talk too much. We're going to get into the gym. We're going to get straight at it. Legs day. Let's go. Oh my god, it gets harder every time. Every time it gets harder. So the idea with that, so first exercise, squatting. I was doing it slightly modified. I wanted to do more explosive squatting. So instead of getting to the top of the motion and just staying there, I wanted to get 3/4 of the way up, keep concentration on the quad muscles, straight back down, and just stay in that sort of window and just motion.
So now you're going to write down what you've done?
Yeah, idea here, writing down just a simple thing of just how many reps. So I did 15 reps per set and I did 20 kg per side. A simple thing like that. So in 4 weeks time, when I kind of revisit, I know where I was, I know where I need to improve, what numbers I'm looking at. We're going to leave here now. We're going to head over to the leg press machine for single leg press extensions, or single leg extension press. Try that one.
So how many sets are you doing here?
4 sets, 15 reps, 15 reps per leg. So the idea is I typically cross my arms, and the idea is it just gives me a cushion of where my legs need to get up to. But you just want to bring it in, explode out, 15 reps, and then rotate legs on the machine.
Why single legs there?
Single legs, just purely for isolation. What I typically find is I've just done squats. It's a big compound movement, and I was engaging both sets of quads. So the idea of doing a single leg is I start isolating any imbalances, any weaker sides, and I can work them in isolation. So that's really the main reason for that.
So doing one leg on this, you planning to go heavier in the future weeks? So
the idea is, as we build strength, we progress through each of the weeks. My target for a single leg is around this area here, 107, 113. If I can get there about week 11, 12, then I've seen serious progression. But the key thing is don't come into the gym, leave your ego at the door. Don't try and just put a lot of weight on just because if you were double legging, you would double leg down here. So
especially if it's just a double leg for one rep, it's not doing anything.
It's not doing nothing exactly. You know what I mean? So you gotta be real. Start in moderation because you're gonna progress. You might find you start with a weight which is relatively easy week 1. So you might actually think, you know what, I could afford to go up 2. Again, be careful when you do that because my motto is, and everybody should follow this, is if you go up in weight, you can't go back down. Yeah. That's the rules. That's rule number 1, tip number 1, rule number 1. You go up, you can't come down. There you go, I said it.
So it's time to write, what is it, the reps and the weight you done?
Reps and weight. So we did 15 per leg, and I did 59 kg. Again, week 1, legs. So the idea is if you can just, 3/4 of the way at least, and then bring in, as I said, I put my arms there just to cushion my legs coming back.
It prevents you pushing on your knees as well.
Yeah, exactly. Prevents me pushing my legs, and also it stops me kind of like jerking back straight into my body.
Yeah.
Something like that. Some people are hardcore. They're all about that thinking. I'm not. So just be mindful, because if you get the weight wrong, you can pull back quite quickly. So just be mindful of that. Next exercise, leg extensions.
Let's go.
Double. Let's go.
So what's in your drink?
I'll be honest with you. This is just water. I just need water to rehydrate myself. And whilst we're waiting, it's weird. Mondays are never a freaking, it's National Chest Day today, people. So I decided to do legs. Now everyone wants to do legs.
I think everyone had the same mindset.
Everyone's got the same mindset. I don't know what it is. Maybe, I don't know. All I know is this is not normal. This is not normal. So we're just taking a little bit of nutrition whilst we're waiting. Make sure you get your water in. It's so important because you're going to sweat a lot, especially, I believe, especially during legs.
Yeah, legs is a long session as well.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Again, 12 to 15 reps, whatever you feel comfortable, we'll try and stick within that rep range. If you're struggling to do 12, it's because you've got the weight too high. But remember the rules, you can't drop the weight. Once you start, that's it. Get the weight right. I'm going to look at sort of a moderate. I'm going to start off with a moderate 73, and I'm going to work from there.
Let's go. So what mentality do you have in your head then? Because people would usually just give up if it gets...
I ain't gonna lie. When you start feeling that pain and the build-up of lactic acid, natural tendency is just to quit. My mentality is, even if I've got to pause for a couple of seconds, do it as single challenges.
Yeah, still
each
get
rep
through
becomes
it.
its own challenge, yeah, and just push through. Key is, it's the explosion from the back to as far as you can at the front. As long as you explode, you can contract your muscles. That's what it's about. My motto, and this is tip number 3, if you do quit and you come off to do a rest pause, you got to do an extra rep.
Yeah, that's good.
That's what it is. Same way if you drop the weight, extra rep. So
if you want it bad enough, you got to punish yourself.
You got to punish yourself, and you got to go that extra mile. So if you do have to do a rest pause, stop, whatever, extra rep. Doctor's orders, YCA fitness orders.
Ten to 15 seconds.
Yeah, about 15 seconds, no more. No more than about 15. Just let the muscles relax a little bit. But you will typically find it harder now as you get back in because you've lost your momentum. But let's go.
Is that all 15?
And that was the 16th rep on the end. So there you go. I think it was about 60. So as you can see, it does become a lot harder when you take the rest, but you got to put those extra gains in. It's not easy, no one said it was going to be, but as we build through the weeks, it doesn't get easier, but you get stronger.
And you're going to see the improvements and you're going to know it's worth it.
Absolutely, you'll look back at the weights that you started off with and think to yourself, did I really start there when I'm maxing this out and I'm doing 12 to 15 reps comfortably? So just keep at it, but keep disciplined and stay focused because it's not easy.
I noticed you don't have a certain rest period, so what do you recommend to people?
To be honest, I always say between sets, if you were training with somebody, the time it takes for that person to do their set, that's roughly what you want.
So switch back and forth with your partner.
Yeah, switch back and forth. I mean, don't get me wrong, it does vary if you're working on your own because you don't have that person to push you into it.
Yeah.
I typically, between exercises, I'm pretty quick. I try not to kind of wander and meander. I just move from one to the other and then stick to that time frame between reps. So
let's finish it off. That's it.
Right, that's it. Let's go. One more.
Is that all 15?
15.
Oh.
15 explosive, straight in there. Yeah, happy with that. Happy
What's
with that.
next?
Yeah, so just gonna write down my numbers, and then we're gonna head over to Romanian deadlift, 73 kg, and we did 15 reps. Cool, good reference point for in 4 weeks' time. We're now focusing on the hamstrings. Right now, I'm just feeling a little bit fatigued, so I've just taken an extra few minutes just to catch my breath. It's perfectly normal. First session, you kind of got all this testosterone ready to rumble.
And you've been off for quite a while.
I've been off for a long time, and so I'm just starting to feel it catch up with me. But we're still in there. We're still focused. But
So would you recommend people buying these?
yeah, I recommend so. I think they're a good substitute to wraps. They are kind of a type of wrap, but what I find is it doesn't restrict my hand in any way, shape or form. I can just wrap this around the bar, hold on, and then it gives me good support and grip. So. So, Romanian deadlifts, 4 sets of 15, still trying to stay in the same rep range. I'm just feeling it a lot now. It's probably because I haven't trained for so long. I'm feeling really, really fatigued. So I'm trying to take as much water in as possible, but it's hard. It is hard.
4 sets done, 4 sets 15.
4 sets of 15. I am dead. I'm feeling it.
You're just getting started on hamstrings as well.
No,
Now you got the hamstring curls.
hamstring curls to go. I'm really feeling it because one of the key things is keep your hydration, especially when you first start. Don't eat as you go. Try and be serious about it. I kind of try to rush something to eat, and I'm probably feeling it now a little bit. But we've got a few more exercises to go, so we're going to try and get those finished. But yeah, feeling it. So Romanian deadlifts, we did 15 reps, we did 20 kg per side. Cool. Lying leg curls, and then some calves, and then we are done. So I'm going to start off with 32. It might be a bit light, so if it is, then I'll go up slightly.
Is this double leg as well?
Double leg, yeah, we're going to do double leg. And if it is light, I'll go heavier. But to be honest, being as it's the last exercise and you're relatively fatigued, you don't want to go too far. You know what I mean? You don't want to, you don't want to put too much weight on and kill yourself off. So I'm just going to do about 32. Try and get 4 sets of 15.
Any more tips? I think we're on tip number 4.
What tip number 4? I think tip number 4 is tip number 4 is don't be Hercules.
Yeah.
You know, just
be
because
smart
the weight,
when you train.
Yeah, be smart when you train. There you go. You heard that. That's what Dylan said. Be smart when you train. Just because the weight feels light, don't be so keen to take the weight higher, because what you find is, number 1, tip number 1, which you can't go back. So the idea is just stick with this weight, but know for next time.
Yeah.
Know for next week that 32 or whatever it was slightly on the light side. So you may make a jump, but also bear in mind that this is the last exercise for legs. We've done 4 other exercises.
Yeah.
So just be conscious that you're not exerting yourself right at the end.
And don't be the type to go without a fluid to the gym.
Yeah. Again, that's
Tip 5.
Dylan. Yeah, tip 5, and that's from Dylan. Don't go without your fluid. Don't forget it. Make sure you drink it. Stay dehydrated. The worst thing that can happen is you become dehydrated in the gym. And but to be honest, most gyms, especially sort of public gyms like this, so again, we're in the gym Wolverhampton, they've got, you know, drinking dispensers all dotted around, so just make sure you make the most of it.
So you threw up before this set?
I did. I'm not gonna lie. I was feeling fatigued. It felt like something was on my chest, and again, it goes back to me eating just before I came. So I went in the toilet, let it all out. Now I feel like $1 million. I feel like I could do it all again. I don't feel lethargic anymore, and I think it was just because something was on my chest. And so, lying leg curls, did 32 kg, and we did 15 reps. 4 sets of 25.
25.
4 sets of 25. Just a quick rotation. Just make sure you get that squeeze at the top. That's the key. Once you perfect the form allows you to lift the weight, and because you're able to lift the weight, because of the form, you'll progressively get stronger.
The same for powerlifters,
Yeah.
they lifted a lot, but they still have good form.
Good form, exactly, and it's the same principles and definition.
And that's where it started as well, with their form.
There you go, you see? You know what, we're educating you out here today. It ain't just me. Dylan behind the camera, he's educating you as well. You know, and it's right, you know, the form is so important. And that's why, for me, when you start, it's about progressive building.
Yeah, you don't need to go straight
You
into
don't need
heavy.
to go straight into heavy, and that's what we always say, part the ego at the door. Start from the beginning. That's what I'm doing.
And prevent your injuries as well, get the good form first.
Get the good form, prevents injury, helps you understand muscle building properly, and it helps you to build muscles in the right way and the right form. So, you know what? We've got one more set of this. I'm going to get after it, and that's one down for calves.
Would you recommend they do this, or is it not necessary?
I think it's always important to track what you lift. Mind my handwriting, but typically what I tend to do is I write it all in here, then I transfer it to a spreadsheet at home. The idea is you know, you lose your notebooks and all of that sort of stuff, but you're always on your laptop.
How come you choose to write it and not do it on your phone?
You know, I hate getting my phone out in the gym, because I find that when you get your phone out, you start distracting yourself.
Especially if you have a text.
If you have a text message, you know, the other half, a girl you're dating, your wife, whatever the case may be, you pull it out, you read one message, you then need to respond, depending on the content of the message. So I prefer to just get out a book, write it, and try and keep my phone away from me whilst I'm training, just so I can get through everything as quickly as possible. So, what did we do here? 79 kg. And we did 25 reps. So last exercise, probably going to go onto the leg press machine and rotate the calves. Very similar to this.
So what are we doing here? Is it the same reps and set?
Same reps, same sets, 5.
So 25 and 4 sets.
Yeah, and I'm gonna put the same weight. I don't really know how this is gonna feel, so.
How did that feel?
Not too bad, not too bad. A bit easier than the other machine.
Since you went to puke, it's actually made
I've been
you
alright,
better.
haven't I?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, so maybe I should do it more often.
Don't take that serious.
Yeah, I'll try not to. I'll try not to, but yeah, I'm not feeling too bad now. But what I decided to do was overload on the carbs, and I took too many of them. I should have probably just took a finite amount. I took too many, and although I felt great at the time, I regretted it later on in the session, and that's pretty much what came out. So
that's another thing though, you're gonna learn from your mistakes.
you have to. And
there's the next tip. Learn from your mistakes.
Learn from your mistakes, and more importantly, learn from my mistakes. You know, when you're watching these vlogs and you're seeing me train just kind of raw and as it is, just take notes of what I do wrong. Typically, I try and keep my form and everything right, but I made some mistakes today outside of the gym. So just bear those in mind.
There's going to be some stuff that they see that you won't see yourself.
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
And they're going to help as well.
Exactly. So make sure you put those in the comments. Put those in the comments. If you see some stuff that I'm doing wrong or whatever, put it in the comments. I'm going to do 5 more for good luck.
There we go. He's pushing himself there. That's his last set. And he's done. That's the end of his leg workout.
I did 35 on the last one. Oh, you know what? I feel good. I feel so good. It's
First
finished.
session back.
It's a wrap.
You're not
It's
finished
done.
yet.
Huh?
Still got to do your writing.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. well remembered. It's a good point. Let's get this in.
This is still part of your session.
It is, it is. So we did, it's kind of like, again, calf presses, but different angle. Calf press. I was going to put different angle.
That's the whole workout for today.
That is it. So what did we do here? 79 again. 79 kg, 15 reps. So recap: squats, one leg presses, leg extensions, Romanian deadlift, lying leg curls, calf press, and then calf press off the other machine from a different angle.
It'll be in the description.
It'll be in
as
the
well.
description one end, and you'll be able to see the different exercises. There'll be some captions and stuff.
So how'd you like your first workout back?
Killed me. Just going to be brutally honest. I'm going to throw it out there. Absolutely killed me. Had the blip in the middle.
You went straight in with legs as well. It wasn't just an easy workout.
We don't play around. This is SCA Fitness TV. We don't play. And to be honest, I always like to do legs on a Monday, and the reason being is because everyone does chest on National Chest Day, and I think that you should always start the week with your least favourite exercise, and mine's legs. So get it out of the way. It's the biggest muscle group.
It gives you more motivation for the rest of the week.
Exactly. You know, we got chest, back, shoulders, arms, maybe some abs to come in, so it's all good. But yeah, killed me. As you can see, I mean, you've only got to. I ain't even done cardio. And I ain't even done cardio. So
that's good towards the weight loss as well.
That's also what I'm talking about. As you can see, lean bulk. That's what we're aiming for. But it's been good. It's been hard. I think the key thing is you just got to keep your focus. You just got to keep your discipline and try not to be distracted and just go for it. You know what the workouts are. You've seen the form. You've seen the rep ranges, 12 to 15. See what you can do. Set the weight right, and you should be good to go.
And it's in the description as well. If you
and it's in the
it.
description.
So
exactly.
just screenshot it on your phone, and then
there you go. And then bring it in with you. You know, and you know, watch the video and see where I struggled. You can see where I needed gin, where I had to kind of push through, where I rest paused, where I did extra reps.
Don't forget about them social medias.
Yeah, social media. So, you know, it's getting late in the day. We've been at it. I'm tired. We're both tired. I think the key for me, message for me, is stay disciplined, stay focused, stay strong. As always, hashtag SCA journey. If you're new, subscribe, like, share, comment.
Don't forget Twitter, Instagram.
Twitter, Instagram, we're on there, we're live, we're active. You'll see some of the live shots. We're at the gym Wolverhampton, so give us a shout out. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.